All right, hello everybody. So I'm intending to do the hangout today. My topic I thought would be um, anti-male bias. That's what I thought. I can think of some things. I do believe there's some things like that going on. There's definitely issues like that. So let's talk about that because this is an issue for everybody. In terms of wrapping up the current state of the conversation, Quintica, for example, I think was acting somewhat sporadically in that he's demanding I say what I've done for feminism, what I've been saying for years. Nothing really. I'm more loyal to them because of what they've done for me, but I also support them in spirit because that helps at least a little bit in their mission. For example, everybody keeps saying, why don't feminists do international feminism? Which is something I brought up again, I think years ago by now. And, I'm curious if this is working. The audio sometimes has problems. I better check. Testing. Okay, I guess it is working. So, my question to him was, do you admit, like in the Christy Winters Sargon debate, she pointed out now is pretty much a feminist organization. It does do international work. Also, I was told a few weeks ago that other groups do, gender bias-based stuff. And no, if you search for that, what do you find? Gender studies, which is the gender neutralization of basically feminist gender theories generalized for genders in both ways. So, no, I don't know. That's what Christy Winters was saying. I don't see the other theories yet. That's possible. Get to work on that, men's rights activists. And you could start today by coming and we're going to have an open floor on bias against men in the cultural, legal, whatever you can come up with. The other thing is I went and saw Amy Goodman give a talk on her new book today in person and got a picture with Amy Goodman, about which I'm super happy because she's awesome. And I'm all excited about that. So anyway, I'm planning to do it today, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hope you can make it. It's a little too bad that the Logic Only Zone has a thing I keep getting invited to around the same time. I would love to go to that, but I talk about changing the time on my thing. Haven't done it. This one's working. At least I'm showing up. And I think I'm also going to start a new thing while I'm waiting for people to show up of going over some headlines. That's way I don't have to necessarily have an agenda, given I never know how long it'll take people to show up. So anyway, planning to do that in a little while. It is, I guess, almost 3:30. So we're talking about an hour and a half. All right. Cheers, everybody. And yeah, I think it could be an interesting conversation. And I have some to offer. I have some things that I think where there's anti-male cultural bias dismissing basically the male experience, not in that it's different from other experiences, but because the person's doing a male. I believe there is a dispensable male concept out there, which applies to the working class male who doesn't get a break when he makes a mistake, whereas the powerful male gets a million breaks. Why? Why would they give a break to somebody who's a pedophile or something? Well, because they're considered indispensable, and that is still in effect when people have to face up to, they did something wrong. And so that's where the idea of covering for those people come from. I think it's actually, I've always thought of it as a working class thing, but I think there's also a gender bias to it. It's a working class thing in the sense that basically the working class is treated as dispensable in general, certainly both genders. And yet I think there is a gender bias to it. And there's a de facto gender bias in things like, like dangerous professions, which, could be women dying in those, but it's men. And that's just the facts. So in the end, it's not about the intentions. Often it's about what are the facts, what's going on. It's not about, breast cancer hates women. It's like, no, women are affected by it more, though not exclusively. And so it becomes a gender thing that way. But I think what we'll find in the U.S. is no legal, men are legally equal in the law, at least. And but we will find that there's cultural biases and things that we're left with. And I don't think MRAs are helping us get rid of those anti-male biases. I don't think people getting all upset about the term rape culture helps us get past, all men are potential rapists as an accusation. I don't like that accusation. I don't think the MRA reaction to feminism helps us get over that. But then again, it's not necessarily their responsibility to help us get over that. I'm just pointing out that they're not, so far at least. All right, so, all right, well, that's that, and see you all in a while. Cheers.